You're only seeing this video because you have great taste. Marketplace finds of the week, let's get into it. First up is this 1965 Corvette with a 383 stroker swap. I would be severely disappointed if the seller didn't have grass stained, but otherwise all white New Balance or Skechers. That said, this is still a very nice restoration. When these cars originally came out, it was the first year Corvettes were made standard with disc brakes instead of drums. Who cares? Well, originally, if released mid-model year, this thing had a 396 cubic inch big block producing around 425 horsepower. Might have been beneficial to be able to stop. This was also the first year the fender vents actually served a purpose other than looks. Here's a description, you can pause and read it if you like, but we're going to keep moving on. Next is this Ineos Grenadier. If it looks familiar, it should. It's inspired by the Land Rover Defender 110. Unlike the Defender, however, your only engine options are a gas or diesel 3-liter BMW inline 6-cylinder. The gasser gives you 282 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque, while the diesel provides 245 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. The Grenadier also has permanent 4-wheel drive. Now, the seats look about as comfortable as a wooden bleacher, but it's still a nice vehicle for the big 2025. Lots of interior buttons and switches instead of screens or gimmicks. It also has decent cargo space, and it's not hideous. You can't ask for much more. Here's a description. If you can read it, good for you. I'm illiterate, so I cannot. Let's move on. Last but not least is this Creamsicle Suburban, and man, is it sweet. You'll see a little later on they swapped in a 5.3 Vortec and a 4L60E transmission, so it's not exactly a stock restoration, but I think you probably could have guessed that just by looking at it. The black leather seats are a nice touch and very presentable, but not nearly as fun as whatever beaded cloth seats this thing probably originally had. That said, this is probably the most unique and best Suburban you can get in the $20,000 price range. And that's all, folks. If you enjoyed watching, please consider leaving a like. Have a great day.